Hello everybody, welcome back. I have a new video for you. I really hope you enjoy it. Hello everybody, welcome back to another What's Cooking video. This is where I share our meals, our dinners throughout the week. I generally do not show breakfast. I do not show lunch. Those are meals I normally don't have to make. My kids are a little bit older. They can make themselves a sandwich. And you know, breakfast is you know, cereal and easier stuff usually. So I don't share those meals, but our dinners I generally do share with you. So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tonight for dinner, we are having something I've shown a lot of times, but just in case you're new to my channel, I'm going to explain this meal really quick and give you a couple ideas on how to make it a little more healthier for you. If that's something you're interested in tonight, I don't mind allowing the store to help me out a little bit. What's important to me is that I get food on the table for my family that they like, and even if it is a little more, you know, store friendly. So what I'm going to be having tonight is chicken and rice with some simple green beans. And I do serve fruit a lot of times with our dinners. I think it's a great way to get more into your kids and into your family's bodies, and it offers like a sweet treat with dinner a lot of times. So I have a couple oranges here, and I'll put some orange wedges on the plates when I make them. So for this recipe, I use boneless chicken breast. I slice it up. You can kind of see, you know, how I do that. Of course, I use a plastic cutting board. I do not like chicken on a porous wood cutting board. Hate that. I don't recommend doing that. Bacteria does transfer, so I always like something that I can clean with hot soapy water or put in the dishwasher. So I have my chicken cut up right here. And then I have 2 boxes of the chicken rice-a-roni. Now this is the lower sodium, but this is one of those ways you can make this a little bit healthier if you wish. You can use the rice of your choice. Now I've used basmati, I've used jasmine rice. I have flavored it with chicken seasoning that is, you know, like an herb, or not really an herb, but like a powder really. And I have also used chicken broth instead of water. I've done it with this kind. I normally don't because I feel like their seasoning is strong enough. Definitely if I make it on my own, I usually use chicken broth instead of water to give it more of that chicken taste with this meal. And you could definitely do that if you wish. Same with the green beans. Fresh are best. I love fresh green beans the best. I did not buy them this week. I didn't think they looked really good at my store. I do love the Allen's green beans, and that's what I'm serving up tonight. And it's very simple to make. I start the chicken in a skillet. You'll see that in just a minute. Once it's browned up, I remove it. I get the rice going, and then once I've, you know, gotten the rice ready to put the lid on, I slide the chicken back in and let the chicken and rice cook together. And then that chicken really does absorb a lot of the flavors that is in the packet here. And it really makes a huge difference. You could make it separate. You could make your rice in one pot, and you could make your chicken in a skillet and do it different. I like all one pot, less mess, easier to clean up. But again, it's super simple. This meal can be done in about 15 minutes, and I love that. So let's get cooking. So the first thing I do is get a big skillet out. You could use nonstick. I'm just using this one I've had for a long time. It has a big lid that goes with it. And I sprayed it with some Pam. And then I put just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil into it, and I heat it up before putting the chicken in. Okay, so I put my chicken in the skillet, and you don't really want to move it around for a couple minutes. You want to let it cook. I know my skillet's a little bit full, but being I'm going to put it back in that rice, I'm not too worried about it. Everything is going to, all the chicken pieces are going to get brown. All I did to... Okay, so I added my chicken to my hot skillet. You really don't want to move it around. You want to give it a few minutes. I know my skillet is a little bit full. But I'm not too worried about it. All the chicken pieces are going to get brown if they're not cooked all the way through. When I take them out and start the rice, they will definitely cook through when I put them back into the hot rice. For seasonings, I simply just use some salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder. And when I turn the chicken around, again, I will add the rest on the other side. You know, just another layer of flavors. So I'm going to brown up this chicken and then I'll start my rice. Okay, so I removed my chicken onto a plate. I added some butter. I'm following the directions of the Rice-A-Roni package in the same skillet without even washing it that I cooked the chicken in. So I added some butter. You brown this kind of rice for just a couple minutes. Then you add your water, your seasonings, and then I slide the chicken right back in, put a lid on, and let it do its thing until it thickens up. I also, over here, got my green beans in it's actually one of my camping pots, but I just grabbed it. It was the first one I grabbed, and I put my green beans in. I'm going to add just a little bit of butter and some salt, and those are ready to go. So everything is underway. So I've added my water, I added the little spice packets, and it's slowly, you know, coming to a boil, and I'm going to add my chicken in. I'm going to kind of stir it up just a little bit, and then I'm just going to put my lid on and let it come to a boil, and then I will turn it down just a little bit. One thing I did not mention is, you know, if you're, you know, just feeding yourself, you could definitely use like a large chicken breast and one box of the Rice-A-Roni, or, you know, whatever rice you choose. However, this is such a good leftover meal. I generally like 2 boxes of chicken, Rice-A-Roni, and quite a bit of chicken because it's so good. Once it sits in the refrigerator and it gets those flavors even more soaked into the meat, it's really, really good. So I like to have it for lunch, you know, a few days after, and sometimes even a leftover dinner if I have a lot left. So that's why I always make 2 boxes, because leftovers are so, so good. So at this point, it has thickened up. It is done. And I'm going to get our plates made. And, you know, again, it's super fast, super delicious, and really easy to make. I think any cook could make this, if you're experienced or not. And again, you can pick your own rice. If you want something a little more healthier, get your own rice and season it up with chicken seasonings. And, you know, chicken broth is a great way, or stock is a great way to season up the rice, especially if you're using a more plain rice and not one of like the Rice-A-Ronis. So delicious, delicious. It's time to get dinner plated up. Okay, so here is dinner plated up. You can see we got the chicken and rice. It is extremely filling. Perfect one pot kind of dinner. We have the green beans. We also have the orange wedges, just, you know, kind of refreshing. That is our simple 15-20 minute dinner. It is delicious, easy to make, and that's what we're having tonight. Hope you enjoyed this meal. I'll see you tomorrow with the next. No. So as you can see and hear, tonight we are having cheeseburgers. I'm using the indoor grill. It's super handy, and I just didn't want to have to go outside into the heat. Make sure you have good ventilation. I also have some French fries out from Trader Joe's. I'm not cooking them exactly the healthy way. I am going to cook them in some canola oil on the stove. The cheeseburgers are just kind of plain with a few seasonings in it. I'm going to put a pat of butter over each one as they cook, just to kind of season them up a little bit better while the French fries cook away. And I do recommend baking them for a more healthy option, but you know, every once in a while I think it's okay to fry them. So here is our dinner. So here is dinner. I have the burger, the unhealthy fries that my husband requested, and a peach and strawberry little fruit salad. That is our dinner tonight. Very simple, very Jackson-like, and yeah, that's our dinner, and I hope you enjoyed. Hello, everybody. Tonight for dinner, I put the Santa Maria Trader Joe's tri-tip roast in my crock pot. So it's kind of just doing its own thing in there. I have it on high. Actually, I should put it on high for 6. And I'm just going to let it cook in here today. I don't really want to use the oven. It is really hot outside, and this will keep our house from having to, work so hard to stay cool. So crock pots are not only great for, winter or fall, they are great for summer and saving your air conditioning bill. And I don't even like air conditioning, but it's been so hot here in South Carolina that I really have had to use it. But I have this in. I didn't put any vegetables. It's just in there by itself, and I'll make everything else here in just a bit. But I'm letting the crock pot do the work today. Okay, so let's check on the roast. I'll tell you what I did. I added some baby carrots halfway through cooking. I also added a can of diced tomatoes. I think I was just wanting it more, I don't know, beef stew-like. I am going to serve it up in just a few minutes with some mashed potatoes and a small little salad. So, it's delicious. It's easy. It hasn't heated my house up. I love it. However, I am going to just roast these little pieces of buns for some croutons for our salad because I had some left over. I wanted to use it, and I just put over some olive oil and some of the Mrs. Dash roasted garlic table blends, and we're going to pop that under the broiler, but it should only be a second, so I don't think it's going to really heat things up for very long. Okay, so here is dinner. You can see that we have the delicious tri-tip roast with some mashed potatoes. We have a little side salad, and it's super easy, and it kept our kitchen cool because we cooked it in the crock pot. Sorry, I'm recording with my phone right now. My camera died. But the salad is just, like some mixed greens, some bacon, tomatoes, eggs. Mine has a little bit of avocado in it. And that is our dinner tonight. Super easy, super delicious. And the potatoes I just mashed up and added some milk and butter. And I just used my potato masher instead of getting out my mixer. So easy peasy and delicious. Hello everybody, welcome back to another night of What's Cooking in the Jaggers house. And there is nothing cooking. We actually have leftovers of the chicken and rice meal I made with green beans. We have leftovers of the tri-tip roast I made with the carrots and such with some mashed potatoes. So what I've decided tonight is we're all going to finish these up, or at least try, and we all can eat at different times tonight. Jackson's not hungry yet. Scott's not even close to getting home from work. It's 5 p.m. right now, and he doesn't even get off till 8, and still a lot of times he's not walking in until 9, sometimes 10, so we can't always wait on him. I'm somebody who doesn't like to waste food. I don't like leftovers in my refrigerator that doesn't get eaten. So a lot of times I'll bring out the leftover meals and they can kind of pick what they want. Some people might want mashed potatoes with the chicken and rice or green beans with the roast. It doesn't matter as long as my family makes use of the food that we still have. Number one, it saves us money. Number two, it doesn't waste the food. And number three, it helps clean out the refrigerator. Everything's still good. I just made this stuff this week, as you saw. So tonight, on Thursday night, we are having leftovers. And that's what it is. I'm going to make my plate because I'm starving. But how many of you guys eat leftovers in your house? Do you force your family to eat leftovers kind of like I do? I really don't give them an option. Now, if there's not enough for everybody, I understand making something else or something to go with it. But I don't usually give my family an option. If it's leftover night, that's what they get. If they don't eat, really, they don't get a snack before bed, and they have to wait till breakfast. I mean, I'm sure my husband really isn't like that, but with the kids, it has to be because they're more picky. Anyway, it's leftovers for dinner tonight. We are using our microwave. I've heard some different stuff in the past about people scared to use microwave and different things it does to your food. do not be scared of the microwave. I have used it for years. I have read the research. It is not going to hurt your food, and it's safe. Many of you already know this, but just in case you're on the fence, definitely do your research. Microwaves are fine. Even my pretty new little plates are perfect for the microwave. And while I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm trying to figure out what dinner I'm having. So I need to figure that out and get eating. Okay, so I am finishing up the chicken and rice. And being that, you know, Jackson's not ready to eat and Scott still has quite a few hours before he comes home, I'm putting this stuff back in the fridge. Generally, when I'm serving leftovers for dinner, it all comes out on the island here. And I just let the boys fix their plates, microwave it, and go from there. But since, you know, we still have some time, I don't want anything going bad. We do have our air conditioning on because it's hot, hot, hot here. But I'm going to put them back in the fridge until the boys are ready. Here's dinner tonight. I did serve it up with a little mashed potatoes, which is totally not necessary with all that rice. I'm not feeling good today, really, or tonight. And for some reason, when I'm not feeling good, I want some carbs. So I'm having my carb-heavy dinner, and I'm going to go enjoy it and hopefully feel a little bit better. Hello, everybody. It is Friday night here, so Scott's had to work extremely late. It is dark. We waited as long as we could. I was going to cook. He wanted to go out to a really nice dinner, but still, he had to work. So I know this is a What's Cooking video. There's nothing cooking tonight. We are having pizza. So I will share with you the pizzas that we got. We got these from Papa John's. This is my little small pizza. It is chicken margarita. It's got chicken and Roma tomatoes on it. This next pizza, let's see who's this for. This is Jackson's pepperoni pizza. And then I got larger ones so they could have some for, you know, tomorrow if they wish. And then this is Scott's Meat Lovers Pizza, and I put some of his other favorite stuff on just one side. So we all have our own pizzas tonight. I got a small, and I haven't been feeling good, and I'm glad I didn't have to cook, and I'm honestly glad I didn't have to go out. So we're going to close this one up, leave that for Scott, and we're going to go ahead and eat because it's getting quite late. So that is our dinner tonight. Sorry I'm not cooking, but this is it. Hello, everybody. Tonight for dinner, it is late. It is after 9 p.m. Jackson's been out playing. The sun just went down, and Scott isn't even home yet. But we are having breakfast for dinner. I took some of the Johnsonville Better with Cheddar, sliced them in half, and I just knew the boys would really like these a lot. I was going to make some bacon or some sausage, but I decided just to switch it up, give them something a little more hearty. And I whipped up some pancake batter over here. I'm going to get to making some pancakes. It's going to be a super easy, delicious dinner that I know the boys will eat. So here is dinner plated up. You can see the pancakes. I put the strawberries and a little bit of powdered sugar over each pancake. I have the sausage plated up. It was a super delicious dinner, being it was so late at night. So that is this week's What's Cooking dinners. I know they're not all perfect. I know sometimes they include takeout, but you guys wanted the real meals that we're having, not just, you know, things I spend a lot of time on. We're a real family, and sometimes we need a little help from the store, and sometimes we like ordering in or going out. Thanks so much for watching.